welcome to the channel for my Premier League predictions, Game Week 20. Happy New Year to each and everyone out there. 2024 was an amazing and a beautiful experience. This year, 2025, I'm hoping and praying that this is going to be a year that we are going to do amazing and exploit in 2025. Without wasting much of the time, let's get into the Game Week 20 prediction. But before we start, today I have a special guest for you guys. And today I'm inviting on this channel my good friend, Mr. Larry Jones. My bros, yo,
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, my guy. Charlie, how was life as an Arsenal fan in the year 2024? How did you people survive it? Do you think Arsenal can catch up with Liverpool?
Definitely. We'll catch up with them. This year, we'll catch up with them.
Me as a Chelsea fan, even though we didn't end the year well, we lost to Ipswich, which was unbelievable. Well, I think we've seen an improvement. It has been better than over the past 2 years. It's by fire, by force. This year, Chelsea is making top 4 in Champions League next season. Let's set a live target for this video.
I think we can do 200. We can do
200. So, my good friend over here, Larry Jones, just gave birth to a beautiful daughter. Let's give 200 likes for the beautiful daughter. The live target for this video is just 200 for who? The beautiful daughter. If you are able to achieve this target, we are going to mention her name on this channel in our next video. And it is what it is. So we don't waste much of your time. Let's get into the Game Week 20 predictions. To begin, the first game in Game Week 20 at the North London is between Tottenham Hotspur versus Newcastle United. Bros, Larry Jones, what do you think about Hotspur's performance so far in the league?
Tottenham have not been their best so far in the league.
Yes.
But all hope is not lost. I think they can bounce back and do well.
Yes, in Game Week 19, Tottenham Hotspur drew 2-2 against Wolves. Newcastle United managed to get a 2-0 victory over Manchester United. How do you see Newcastle United performance so far?
For me, Newcastle have been very impressive so far. I mean, I watched the Manchester game and I really enjoyed that game. I like how the team, they are together, they are playing with the same mind. They are doing really good. Yeah.
Okay, well, going into this game in Game Week 20, so far, looking at the league table, Newcastle United, they are 5th on the Premier League table with 32 points. Tottenham Hotspur is also 11th on the Premier League table with 24 points so far as it stands in Game Week 19. Going to this game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in Game Week 20, my prediction for this game, I'm tipping Newcastle United to get a 2-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur. What is your prediction for this game?
Well, my prediction for this game is going to be a 2-2 draw. Even though I see Tottenham, going into the game with the first goal, I think that it will be a 2-2 draw.
Great. Yeah. Great. So moving on to the next game between AFC Bournemouth against Everton. AFC Bournemouth in Game Week 19 got a 2-2 draw against Fulham, which I got is spot on predicted. And Everton too in Game Week 19 lost 2-0 against Nottingham Forest. How do you see this game coming on in Game Week 20?
Well, going into this game, I think Bournemouth is the favorite side to win this match because this season Everton, all they do is to sit back and defend. So I see Bournemouth taking up this game and going for the win.
Well, going into this game, I'm tipping AFC Bournemouth to get victory over Everton in Game Week 20. But looking at the unpredictable nature of this Premier League game, I'm tipping this game to end in a draw because Everton this season, they have been masters with draws. They have been drawing here and there. So going into this game, I'm tipping a draw back. I want you to give your prediction before I also mention mine. What is your score prediction for this game?
I see Bournemouth going for this game, going for a win, and I think it will be a 2-1 win.
2-1 win. Yeah. Well, you going for a 2-1 win makes me also think that this game is going to end in a 1-1 draw. I'm predicting AFC Bournemouth 1, Everton 1. Yeah, so moving on to the next game at the Villa Park is between Aston Villa versus Leicester City. Looking at the league table, Aston Villa at the moment, they are ninth on the Premier League table with 29 points as it stands in game week 19. Leicester City too at the moment, they are 19th on the Premier League table with 14 points. In game week 19, Leicester City lost 2-0 against Manchester City, and Aston Villa also got a 2-2 draw against Brighton in game week 19. How do you see this game coming on in game week 20? Aston Villa versus Leicester City.
Well, Aston Villa have been impressive this season. Looking at their performance in the Champions League so far, and I don't see Leicester doing anything special to bring down Aston Villa in this game. So, I mean, I will go for Aston Villa winning, taking all the 3 points.
Great. I'm also tipping Aston Villa to get a win. And my score prediction for this game, I'm predicting Aston Villa to get a 3-1 victory over Leicester City. Aston Villa 3, Leicester City 1. What is your scoreline for this game?
Well, I mean, that's the exact scoreline I also have in mind.
So
It's
3-1,
3-1.
3-1 in favor of Aston Villa. So moving on to the next game at the Selhurst Park is between Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Looking at the Premier League table, Chelsea at the moment they are fourth on the Premier League table with 35 points as it stands in game week 19. Looking at Crystal Palace at the moment, they are also 17th on the Premier League table with 20 points out of 19 games. How do you see this game coming on in game week 20? Crystal Palace versus Chelsea.
Well, this game is going to be an exciting one, but I don't see Crystal Palace letting their guards down in this game. And so for me, I mean, it's going to be a tie. This game is going to be a tie. I don't
Great.
see-
Even though Chelsea hasn't been on good form in their past 3 games in the Premier League, but going into this game at the Selhurst Park, I'm tipping Chelsea to get the win. I know most of you guys know I'm a Chelsea fan and always my predictions are biased towards Chelsea, but well, let's call it spade a spade. Chelsea had everything to get victory over Crystal Palace in this game. Even though Crystal Palace in the first leg got a 1-1 draw at the bridge, I'm tipping Chelsea to get a 2-1 victory over Crystal Palace in game of 20. What is your score prediction for this
Well,
game?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw, which, I mean, these 1-1 goals will come in the second half.
So moving on to the next game at the Etihad Stadium is between Manchester City versus West Ham United. Looking at the league table, Manchester City at the moment, they are sitting on the Premier League table with 31 points out of 19 games. Looking at the same league table to West Ham United, at the moment, they are 13th on the league table with 24 points out of 19 games. In game week 19, Manchester City got a 2-0 victory over Leicester City, and West Ham United was destroyed by Liverpool 5-0 at their own backyard, the London Stadium. How do you see this game coming on in game week 20? Manchester City hosting West Ham United.
Well, I mean, this game in total is not going to be like the Liverpool one where 5 goals were conceded by West Ham, but I think that Man City will win this game hands down. Man City has the upper hand over this game, and I don't see West Ham doing anything special to give a hard challenge to Man City in this game.
So at this point, I think the whole Manchester City team, they've lost their focus and what was driving them to winning the league over the years. It's not no more there. So going to this game,
disagree with that. I disagree with
going to this game, I
Coming
don't
from
think
a win, a 2-0 win is a boost to their the energy to take on other teams. So I think
But do you understand that this current Manchester City team, even though they still have the same players, but they are not the same because in terms of their aggression, how they even possess ball. I mean, I feel like of late, if I'm watching Manchester City, I feel like the players are now lazy. They don't run as they used to do. Maybe is it complacency or something? Because I find it difficult to believe that this was the team that was winning back-to-back Premier League games.
Well, we are all trying to understand what's going on with City, but I mean, I don't see them losing this match to West Ham at all, even playing a draw. City will win this match hands down.
Well, to your shock, even though Manchester City hasn't been on a great form, but going to this game against the West Ham team, which has also been on a terrible run, which
which
has
has
also been on a roller coaster form, I think this is going to end in favor of Manchester City. Manchester City 3, West Ham United 1.
I will go for Manchester City 2, West Ham United 0.
Yeah, so moving on to the next game at the St. Mary's Stadium is between Southampton versus Brentford. Looking at the Premier League table, Southampton at the moment, as it stands in game week 19, they still have 6 points out of 19 games, and they are 20th at the bottom of the league table. Going to this game in game week 20 against a Brentford side who has also been on a good form this season. Going to this game, how do you see this game?
Well, just as you said, Brentford has been on a great form this season, and so I see them smashing Southampton. I mean, taking all the 3 points in this game.
Great. Even though Brentford lost in their game against Arsenal, they lost 3-1 against Arsenal, but I think Brentford has the quality to get a win over Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium. So going into this game, I'm tipping Brentford to get a 4-1 victory over Southampton. Brentford for Southampton 1. What is your prediction for this game?
But my prediction for this game is going to be a 2-0 win.
Yeah, so moving on to the next game in game week 20 is between Brighton versus Arsenal. Looking at the Premier League table, Brighton at the moment, they are 10th on the Premier League table with 27 points as it stands in game week 19. Looking at Arsenal too on the league table, they have 39 points and they are second on the Premier League table. How do you see this game coming on in game week 20?
Well, this game is going to be a very exciting game. Um, I see Arsenal giving us a surprising performance in this game.
Wow.
A surprising performance.
Wow, this same fixture in the first leg ended in a 1-1 draw at the Emirates Stadium. So going to this game, the Arsenal don't have Bukayo Saka who can do his magic in the tough moments. Do you think Arsenal can get it over the line against Brighton in this game?
You see, that's why I named the game a surprising performance from Arsenal because of the absence of the likes of Saka and all. But I believe that Arsenal is going to give us a surprising performance, a good performance, and this game Arsenal is going for a win.
Okay, taking you back, in game week 19, Brighton got a 2-2 draw and Arsenal managed to get a 3-1 victory against Brentford in game week 19. Going to this game week 20, what is your score prediction? Because I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Brighton 2, Arsenal 2.
Well, my prediction for this game is a surprising 2-0 win to Arsenal.
So who are you tipping to score a goal for Arsenal?
Well, I'm going for a 2-0 win to Arsenal and a goal from Havertz and another one from Gabriel Jesus.
Wow, that would be amazing. Gabriel Jesus scoring back-to-back in Premier League games. This is shocking. I know, there is something about Gabriel Jesus. When he's getting to transfer window, then you see this guy will just pick a form and start scoring goals. So Arsenal will be deceived not to buy a striker. But to be frank with you, this is the greatest deception I've ever seen a football player putting on such a wonderful and amazing performance. We are just in January. See, we are just in January, and all of a sudden, listen. We are just in January, and all of a sudden, Gabriel Jesus is just scoring back to back, and it's shocking.
He has been on injury for some time now.
Arsenal is going to draw points against Brighton.
We are going for all the 3 points.
Come on, let's move on to the next game. Yes, so moving on to the next game is between Fulham versus Ipswich Town. Looking at the league table, Fulham at the moment, they have 29 points and Ipswich Town also have 15 points as it stands in game week 19. In game week 19, Fulham managed to get a 2-2 draw against AFC Bournemouth, which in that game, I got it spot on predicted. And Ipswich Town too, in their game against Chelsea, I predicted a 2-0 victory for Chelsea, but at the end of the day, the match ended in a 2-0 victory for Ipswich Town. Even though I got the scoreline correct, but Chelsea didn't win. Ipswich Town got all the 3 maximum points. Going into this game against Fulham in game 20, how do you see this game is going to end?
Well, with Ipswich Town giving such a great performance against Chelsea, I think that they are going to give a real hard time game to Fulham, and I see them tying in this game.
You see, Chelsea at some point, I feel like the referees don't like Chelsea as a club. Because if you look at some of the decisions they have been taking against Chelsea, it's shocking and mind blowing. So going into this game, I'm tipping, even though Ipswich Town was great in their last game against Chelsea, but going into this game, I think Fulham has the quality to get a win over Ipswich Town. I'm tipping this game to end in favor of Fulham. I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Fulham. Fulham to Ipswich Town 1. What is your score prediction for this
Well,
game?
my prediction for this game is Ipswich Town 1, Fulham 0.
Wow, that would be shocking. Great. Yes, it's that time for the game of the week in Premier League. Game week 20 at Anfield is between Liverpool versus Manchester United. This is a vast difference. Looking at the standard of Manchester United and the caliber of team they have, and the team that and the way they are playing under Ruben Amorim and facing Arne Slot, Liverpool, I think this is going to be the crucifixion of Manchester United going into this game in game week 20.
How I wish Manchester could give Liverpool a tough time and even going for a win, so that this can at least give a chance to Arsenal to climb up the league table. So I mean, even though ignoring the poor performances of Manchester United in the league this season so far, ignoring that poor performances, I stand by Manchester to bring down Liverpool in this particular match.
Well, let me take you back. In game week 19, Manchester United lost 2-0 against Newcastle United. Now, Liverpool dismantled West Ham United at the London Stadium 5-0. Wait, at the moment, how do you see Mo Salah performance? Do you think he deserves the Ballon d'Or?
Well, I mean, this season have been very great for Mo Salah. I mean, we've not seen such a great performance from him over the years. So I think that the level at which he's playing this season, he will be one of the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or this year.
Okay, so do you think it will be biased if Salah don't win the Ballon d'Or and Liverpool end up winning the Premier League and the Champions League and Mo Salah don't win the Ballon d'Or? Do you think there will be a bias over there?
Well, if, like you said, if they go on like this to win the Champions League and as well as the Premier League, I think it will be very biased for Mo Salah not to be given the Ballon d'Or this year.
Well, Liverpool will be hosting Manchester United at the Anfield, and I'm going for a crucifixion result. I'm predicting Liverpool to get a 4-1 victory over Manchester United, which in that game, I think the one goal that Manchester United is going to get is going to be a penalty. I'm predicting Liverpool for Manchester United 1. What is your score prediction for this game?
Well, I think this game is going to give us something very surprising, and I'll go for a surprising 2-1 win for Manchester United.
Oh no! You can't tell me this. With this kind of performance from Manchester United, do you think United is going to beat Liverpool, bros?
That's why I said a
Bros,
surprising 2-1.
no, bros. Let's be serious.
Surprising 2-1
Listen,
win.
let's be serious. This is Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. Right now, they don't know even the kind of football they are playing, and you are telling me they are going to get a victory over Liverpool. Come on, let this make sense to me, bro. Let this make sense. See, I know you are an Arsenal fan, and I accept that, but you can't tell me because of Arsenal chasing Liverpool on the league table, you think United is going to get victory over. Nah, let's be serious, bros.
You know, I think that because we just entered a new year, I mean, there's going to be a turnaround for Manchester.
So you think based on
this game is going to be that turnaround for Manchester United.
So you think based on New Year resolutions,
Yes.
you think Manchester United is going to beat Liverpool? No. But I can bet my love for Chelsea on this one that there will be no way that United is going to get results against Liverpool. Come on, let's be serious. What is your score prediction for this game?
Well, I still stand with my surprising 2-1 win.
Okay, okay. I can fight you on this. So let's wait and see. Yes, so moving on to the last game in game week 20 is between Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. Looking at Wolves in their past 3 Premier League games that they changed their manager, they have been on a manager bounce, and I think they've been impressive. In their last 3 games, they've won 2 and drew 1, which was the last game against Tottenham Hotspur in game week 19. And looking at Nottingham Forest at the moment, they are shocking and surprising everybody on the league table. They are now third on the Premier League table with 37 points out of 19 games. How do you think this game is going to end?
Well, I mean, Nottingham Forest being at the third position on the league table now, that in itself is an encouragement to the whole team and to the fans. So I don't see Nottingham Forest bringing down their gas in this match. I think that if they are going to put up the same performances that they've been putting up in the other games. So I see them going for a win in this match.
Well, looking at Nottingham Forest with the kind of form they are on with Elanga, Chris Wood, all these guys balling their lives out, I think this is going to be an impressive result for Nottingham Forest. And I'm tipping Nottingham Forest to get a 2-1 victory over Wolves. Nottingham Forest 2, Wolves 1. What is your scoreline for this game?
My scoreline for this game is going to be a 2-0 win to Nottingham Forest.
Yes, so guys, this has been our Premier League predictions for game week 20. My name is Andy Finerxx with my good friend over here, Mr. Larry Jones, and he set a like target for beautiful daughter, which is 200 likes. So if you want to see her picture in our next video, please like, comment your predictions, and subscribe to the channel. What are your last words to my fans or my followers out there? What do you have to say to them?
I want to thank all of you. I want to thank you especially for giving me this opportunity to be here, and to the fans, I want to wish you a greater and a better happy new year, and to all the Arsenal fans out there. Let's keep the hope going. Let's keep the fire going. We are going to win the league this season, no matter what Liverpool does.
Yo,
see, for the league.
It's obvious. We all know Arsenal are the real bottlers, so there's no way Arsenal is going to catch up with Liverpool. And it is what it is, yo, bros. If somebody is going to bypass Liverpool to win the league, it's only 2 teams. It's either Chelsea or Nottingham Forest. Unless we are done with this video. No, we are done, bro.